So for this build, I'm gonna be showing you guys what artifacts I use, the weapon I use on Keqing, her overall stats, which is the crit rate, crit damage, energy recharge, and elemental damage bonus, all that stuff. I'm gonna be showing you her talents and constellations, and I'm also going to be showcasing in some damage in there as well, which is the damage display. So as for the artifacts I chose for Keqing, we basically have a 2-piece Thundering Fury and a 2-piece Gladiators for that 18% attack and 15% electro damage bonus. And as for the main stats, Flowers always HP, Feathers always attack. As for the sands, I chose attack percent, electro damage bonus on the goblet, and as for the circlet, I chose crit rate. So as you guys can see here, I did get pretty lucky with the RNG on the artifacts. So as you can see here, I have a 27.2 crit damage. On the feather, I have about 21.0 crit damage. On the sands, I have about 20.2% crit damage. On the goblet, I have only 14.8 crit damage, which could use some more improvements. On the circlet, I have 20.2 crit damage, which is also pretty good. So as you guys can see here, I mostly got some pretty good crit damage substats. I did get pretty lucky with the RNG system on the artifacts. As for the weapon, I chose the Black Sword mainly for the 27.6 crit rate because I needed some more crit rate. It has a pretty decent base attack, which is 510. It also has a pretty good refinement rank effect, which is the Justice, which it basically increases damage dealt by normal and charged attacks by 20% and additionally regenerates 60% of attack as HP when normal and charged attacks score a crit hit. This effect can occur once every 5 seconds. So yeah, that's a pretty good refinement effect. Do take note that my Keqing is a C1. I got her at C1 because I lost a 50-50. I was trying to get this character on the event banner and lost basically. But I really wouldn't recommend anyone to pull for constellations, especially if you're an F2P. At C0, she's still a pretty viable build, I would say. And as for the talents, I have her triple crown, which you can see here, 10-10-10. Because I am a Keqing main after all. Alright, so as for the overall stats, I have about 67.2 crit rate, 191.8 crit damage, 111 energy recharge, and about 61.6 electro damage bonus. So what are my goals? As for my goals with the crit rate and crit damage ratio, I'm gonna I think the crit rate is pretty good enough. I think I could go with 65 crit rate, and as for the crit damage, I could go for 200 or at least 250. So the ideal crit rate to crit damage ratio would be 70% crit rate and 200 to 250 crit damage. So that would be my ideal crit rate to crit damage ratio. I also do wanted to mention that I am planning on building a burst spammer Keqing, which basically a build that Keqing just spams her burst non-stop. I think it's a pretty decent build because as you can see here, her burst cost is only 40 energy cost. So for a burst spammer build Keqing, I would go for a 200% energy recharge or at least 250 to 300% energy recharge if I wanted to build that. But going for 300% energy recharge, I think I'd lose on too much DPS. Yes, I could spam the burst, but I think I'd be losing too much damage at that point. So I think 200 to 250% energy recharge should be good enough. I don't even think you need 250 energy recharge since her energy cost is only 40 after all. Alright, so for the damage showcase or the damage display, we're gonna be taking on the Primo Geovishop or whatever you call them. So let's go. It's gonna be damage showcase. As for our team, we have Bennett, Mona, and Kokomi. Mona and Kokomi for the Hydro Resonance for more healing, as if we didn't have enough healing already from Bennett. But whatever, I'm going for that. So let's get this going.